So how's it going, everyone? Welcome to more Boshy. And yeah, the grind should continue, I guess. Really. I wonder, I think this is the 4th stream, right? That I'm trying to beat Soul Green, I think. If it's not the 4th, it's the 5th one, or maybe the 3rd one, I don't know. I know that's been a lot of streams, or a lot more streams than I wish they would, but I knew like this was gonna be this way. So honestly, it's fine. Okay. I also hope that internet behaves, although basically I tried to run a bandwidth test like for 10 minutes before starting the stream and it worked, but then again I also did the same thing yesterday for half an hour and then all of a sudden the connection started to, you know, go to crap. But you know, at this point it's just a matter of RNG. Like this attack right here is pure RNG, and I feel like getting a good connection is also pure RNG. You know, that's fine. Also, something pretty useful that many people might not know: if you stream on Twitch, there's a pretty useful parameter that you can pass to the stream key. Basically, you know, you have a stream key that you use on OBS to stream, right? Which is a pretty long string of characters. Well, basically, if you add a parameter at the end that says like !, bandwidth test equals true, you can basically simulate a stream without streaming, and it's really good to measure how good your connection is or not. Hey AC Boshy, how is it going? Can't watch because your shitty internet connection? Wait, there aren't... Damn, but you have quality options. Can you watch in 160p? Don't get why it does this day. I'm sure my brother is downloading. I don't know. But even 160p is too low. I mean too high. Maybe it is. Well, maybe not. But, you know, you can always ask him for a little bit of bandwidth, right? I should spare a couple of megabits of bandwidth just to watch this dude getting killed by Soul Green over and over again, right? Sure, that's a pretty good excuse. Damn it. Well, it seems that it is not possible for you to switch to 160p. Well, yeah, you can always try to tell your brother if you can get a little bit of bandwidth. Although I don't know what's your bandwidth plan, so I don't know how much bandwidth he will have to spare, but yeah, you can try negotiating Wow. So he still has a hitbox active even after he gets killed. Okay. Nice. Almost got it. Was pretty close, but not quite there. The good thing is that, I'm planning on dodging that Ryu attack on the third phase by going to the fourth platform instead of the first one, and that might make it a lot easier, or at least it will make the RNG a lot easier to dodge, right? I know that talking about the third phase while being on the first phase is kinda, funny, but yeah. That's kinda like my plan. The real problem there is that when the laser comes from, Hello Kitty, you basically have to reach the last platform immediately, because otherwise you're gonna get killed. And then after that I have to go all the way to the left side, basically to the first platform. Because otherwise, that giant monster eats you. So that could be a problem. But I feel like that will be the only problem of that strat. But if it works, and I hope it does, basically means that I shouldn't worry about Ryu's RNG at all. Ah, wasn't enough. Are you serious? Surprised I'm struggling this much with the first phase. There we go. Nice. Finally there. Also, I wonder where this background is from. Like, we know where the music is, apparently it's from Ace Combat. But my question here is where the background of the stage is. Or maybe it's, especially made for the game. You never know. But most of the backgrounds, or I guess I should say most of the assets of the game are borrowed from other games, so I'm assuming that that cloudy background is also from another game. Wonder which one though. But yeah, usually, well, it's probably, maybe it is made specifically for this game. I mean, there are some assets that I don't feel like they are borrowed from other games, so maybe this is also the same. I mean, after all, you only have to like have a couple images of clouds and then you loop them. I mean, You don't really need to borrow them. Well, I guess you could borrow the cloud sprite, but you don't need to borrow the whole background. Right? Damn it. Pretty hard to dodge that RNG attack on the middle. I mean, sometimes I get away with it, because I kinda predict where the bullets are gonna be, but some other times it's just really hard. I wonder what's the highest death count that someone got in a, well, in a serious run on this game. On this game, I mean on this boss. Because, you know, it's kinda interesting, because at some point, obviously, a lot of people, if they need to, you know, try a lot of times, a lot of them are just gonna eventually give up. But I'm curious about those who really struggle against the fight. I mean, in this case, I also struggle a lot against the fight, but I mean, people who struggle so much that they have a huge death counter, but they never gave up. So basically, they won the fight with a huge death counter. I wonder what it is, like the highest one, right? Wait, I can dodge it from there? He didn't throw another car. Maybe I'm supposed to dodge it from the center one? Because it seems that when he throws the car, you can't jump. So maybe I can dodge him from the center part instead of the fourth platform. That basically destroys my strategy of dodging the car from the right. Because I feel like if I try to dodge it from the left, it's gonna be way harder. But at the same time, doesn't look that easy to dodge it from the right as I thought. Yeah, I just have to deal with it and like dodge from the left. Guess I'm gonna try dodging from the middle platform and see how it goes. Because, as I said, if I try to dodge it from the first platform from the left, the RNG is too dangerous. Wow, okay. There we go. Damn it. And speaking of RNG, obviously the second phase has lots of it. Nice. I guess my next try on Ryu will be dodging the Hadouken from the middle platform and trying to get into the fourth platform after he throw the second car. Seems like the best option, right? Although if I do that, I will have to do quite some movement afterwards. But I guess I can deal with that. Or at least I hope. Nice. Okay, so let's try this strategy. Wait a second, he only throws one car? I thought he threw two of them. I guess he doesn't then. So, basically, right... Oh, that's right, he doesn't throw two, it's just that the car bounces twice. That's why I got confused. He only throws one, but it bounces twice, so the parts get spread twice. So what I can do there is stay on the third platform, wait until he launches the car, and then go to the fourth one. If I do that, I'm pretty sure I won't get hit by most of the RNG. And I'm gonna be right next to the last platform, so when Hello Kitty throws the laser, I'm gonna be ready for it. But obviously after that I have to go full speed until the first platform. That's gonna be the hard part. No, fuck. So let me check real quick. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be my strat. Dodge the Hadoukens on the third platform, wait until he launches the car, and go for the fourth platform to dodge the car parts. Then after that go to the fifth platform to dodge the laser. After that try to go as fast as I can to the first platform while dodging Mario. Yeah, I guess that could work. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but at the very least it's safer than dodging the car from the left. I noticed something funny about this pattern is that the very first attack of this pattern is static. It's always at the top center of the screen. I wish every other of the attacks was also static, but yeah, I think that will be asking for too much. Damn, Riemann, how is it going? Yeah, it is Boshy time. Indeed. It's Boshy time. And we now have a little bit more strats to beat the third phase. Sadly, not any new strat for this phase, the second one, but... at least we got a little bit of progress, I guess. A little bit, even if it's just a pretty, you know, tiny little bit, it's still there. Damn, can you die, Solgren, you piece of shit? No, of course you can't. Holy shit, 3 repetitions and he's still alive. Ah, nice. Rayman bringing the hit. Whew. It's gonna be quite heated, but that second phase is such a pain in the ass. And the problem is that it's one of those phases, it's kind of like PDH, not in terms of difficulty obviously, but in terms of RNG, right? I mean, you can be pretty good at the phase, but at the end of the day, what's mostly gonna dictate if you beat it or not is luck. How lucky you get that a lot of balls don't spawn on the center of the stage, or that, you know, while you dodge there isn't any other ball spawning right next to you, right? So it's pretty much a matter of luck. That's what I don't like with this kind of patterns. But as I said, damn it, as I said before, at the very least, it's a pattern where, you know, you have a lot of time to react. I mean, can you imagine if the balls right there were faster? Can you imagine that? Because I don't want to imagine that. Oh, I haven't initialized the bot. Guess I'm gonna do that when I get killed. Because right now if you just press FU in chat, it's not gonna do anything. And that's kinda like the most useful command I have. It's pretty important for it to work properly. Okay, so now that I got killed, let me activate the bot. So this will be like this. Git bash node, and there it should be activated now. Okay. You can try using some pretty smart comments in chat to see if it works. Although it probably does, but just in case, you might want to try it. There you go, see, it works. Nice. What I disabled though is the follower notifications, so basically it's useless to have them there in the first place because I can just read them from the control panel. You know, the control panel is always there, so I will always be able to know when someone follows. And at the same time, it wouldn't be scuffed. You know, now that I actually disabled that, let me tell you, you know, you were there yesterday, Rima, right? You saw how the bot basically started, you know, listing the names of people who already follow one after the other, right? I mean, that might look like, you know, like an unknown bug, but I already knew when that happens. It's just that I couldn't say it there, because if I said it, probably will be quite catastrophic, because everyone will start trying it. But basically the bot went crazy yesterday because someone that followed recently unfollowed. So basically when that happens, kind of like, you know, the bot basically checks for the last 5 people that followed, and according to that, it just compares that list to a list that he retrieves from the Twitch API, right? So basically, if someone from those last 5 people that follow unfollows, basically the bot kind of like thinks that every previous, you know, follower is a new follower, right? It's obviously a pretty easy to solve bug, but I really didn't want to do it. So instead of doing that, I prefer to disable it. Mostly because the only way to test it is by, you know, trying to unfollow and then follow. And yeah, I didn't want to do that. Yeah, that's basically what the problem was. It's been like that since the beginning. It's just that usually when someone follows, they don't tend to unfollow right after, right? But it seems that, yeah, someone yesterday did that, and that's what happened. Oh, that's the problem with that. Okay, so basically if I wanna outrun the monster, I have to start... Like, I really need to dodge Mario on the second platform. I can't wait until the third one. Lappy? What's Lappy? Oh, what Mario says. Yeah, he's quite the character. And then he say, let's go. And that really makes me want to play Mario Maker, I gotta say. But I need to beat this game. Like, I need to. At this point, there's no going back. It has to be beaten. Oh, nice. Nice RNG. Thank you for that. Point of no return. Yeah, pretty much. It's a dead end. It's a dead end with the exception that you can go back. So basically the only thing that is left for you to do is reach the end. And yep, here we are. It's kinda like the game is taking me hostage from playing other games. Until I beat this, I can't touch anything else. So yeah. But that's fine. We're seeing some progress. So it's not that bad. I should have Sham left, damn it. Damn it. Didn't mean to double jump there. And I still double jump. Well, at the very least, I kinda solved the Ryu RNG problem. I have to solve the problem of going back to the first platform before it's too late. Wonder if I can solve that. I should be able to. And I fucked up. Fucked up the timing on that. Damn it. Nice. Okay. So something pretty curious, right? I like on total before facing this final boss, I had like 10,000 deaths on the whole game, right? Damn it! I double jump, you fuck. So basically I have 10,000 deaths throughout the whole game. And the question is, am I gonna reach 10,000 deaths for this boss fight as well? Or what? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. And it's possible that it happens, but really don't know. That was pretty risky. Damn it. That's like the worst direction I could have gone to. Like jump right instead of jumping left or just falling. I just decided to jump right. It was amazing, beautiful decision making. Nice. Damn, that's a pretty shitty place to spawn an energy ball. Should have one left, damn it. That phase 2, I really don't like that phase 2. Damn it. I also really wonder, since, you know, in the dead screen it doesn't appear, what's Sonic attack on phase 3? I really hope it's not his usual supersonic attack where he goes after you. And if it's not that, I hope it's nothing harder, just that will suck. Damn it. Whew. That's a lot of spawns on the same place. Damn, that was holy horrible RNG. Nice. It's pretty nice when the last attack before, like the last pattern, he basically shoots from a point where you don't have to move, so you can, you know, prepare the shoots beforehand, so you don't have to dodge the very last attack for too long. Are you? Damn it. That phase 2, holy shit, I hate that attack so much, you have no idea. Now I understand what why it is considered an iconic attack. I mean, it's pretty hard to forget after you get fucked by it over and over again after all, right? I hate when that happens. Well, basically, right there, it's like you try to dodge shit so much horizontally that you kinda like hit that third layer of bullets. That is not really a third layer, it's just that it's another part of the attack, but since you're dodging it horizontally, it feels like a third layer. Well, I guess you could kind of say that it is like a third layer, but not a complete third layer. That's the problem right there. I should have gone to the left, but if I went to the left, the other bullet would have touched me. Second phase, huh? Pretty nice attack. You know, I can kinda understand why Forsen gave up on this. Because regardless of, you know, the amount of tries, the fact that it's so time consuming, it's insane. I mean, basically, just to put things into perspective, right? Yesterday I did like a 4.5-hour stream, and I think I got to the third phase only like 10 times. That's a pretty bad thing. Because basically the amount of time you have to spend just to get to the third phase, it's insane. And once you're on the third phase, you also have to beat that, so it's not like it's free. It's not like you get to the third phase and that's it. So I can kinda understand why you will not want to play it anymore. It's really time consuming, for sure. Like, I don't think it's even the fact that it's hard, because it is hard, obviously, but if it was hard but a little shorter, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will have more motivation to play it. But this is just so long. Like, it just takes forever. That's the biggest problem of this fight. Well, as Sun did say, this is like an endurance test. And it really shows that it is. Motivation, yeah. Like, when I say motivation, I mean it's pretty hard to get motivated to beat the fight when basically you can only get to the third phase every like half an hour, right? Like, it seems that every time you want to get to the third phase, you kind of have to retry everything else for half an hour until you can get there again. And once you're there again, it's not like you can just beat it, you have to practice for that too. Bershil approves, yeah, Bershil is motivated. I wonder if he still is gonna be saying I'm motivated after playing this boss though. Wouldn't be so sure. Oh, you piece of shit. But yeah, it's kind of the fact that, like, not much the fact that it's hard, but much of the fact that it's long. That's the problem. It takes time. And I feel like, well, I haven't watched when, you know, Forsen play this, I haven't watched him, but I can kinda understand him wanting to play something else. He probably tried this for a pretty long time until he realized that it will take a lot more time that he already invested to try and beat this boss. So it's definitely something that is kind of fucked up. And it's even more fucked up because you already invested a lot of time in trying to, you know, get here in the first place, right? So yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. And it's really, as I say, not about a matter of if I'm able to do it or not. I'm pretty sure that if I try it, enough times, this is entirely doable. The real problem is how much time do I need to invest for this? And is it really worth it to invest this much time in this boss? I mean, obviously it's the final boss, so that's the relief, right? After this, that's it. I mean, I guess you could try the cheetah man afterwards, but the thing is that, yeah, it is supposed to be this hard, but like, holy shit. It's just time consuming. Really, really time consuming. Ah, damn it. I mean, there's also the fact that I could, you know, switch games. Like, I don't need to play this all the time. I could just switch in and out. But as I say in another stream, right? Doing that usually ends up on me never beating the game that I abandoned. It usually is like that, so that's why I'm kinda like forcing myself to beat this. Because I know that if I don't do so, I'm just never gonna do it. Probably. This second phase is gonna turn me into an old man pretty quickly. Nice. Well, that was some pretty poor damage, to say the least. Come on, dude. Just fuck that face. Fuck that second phase. That attack is trash. I don't even care about whatever is on the phase 3. Phase 2 is trash. just like a lot of RNG stuff that is just out of control. Okay, here we go again. See, I wish it could be like that most of the time, where the bullets, instead of spawning in the fucking middle of the screen, they will spawn on the left side. But no, sometimes there's like 4 bullets like this on the middle of the screen. Good luck trying to dodge them. It's just ridiculous. Like, phase 2 is out of control, to me at least. I mean, I could have said that this will be a good fight without phase 2, because phase 3, honestly, doesn't look that bad. In terms at least of, I mean, it's kinda like a memorization part. And then phase 4, it's supposed to be like the final phase, so it makes sense that it will be hard. But phase 2 is kinda like, it gets in the way, right? It's kinda like, I don't know, trying to get somewhere and there is an obstacle right there. I just don't like phase 2. Like, honestly, as I said before, I could say that I'm having fun with the fight if it wasn't for phase 2. Because, again, phase 1 has this shitty, you know, RNG pattern, but for the most part, it's just like memorization and that's it. And phase 3 really just looks like memorization and a little bit of execution. And obviously phase 4 is about, you know, hard stuff because it's the very last phase. But this phase right here, it just feels so unnecessary. And as I said also, it's not really a matter of being hard or not. The fight will still be hard if it didn't have this phase. Just feel like this phase makes it worse in almost every sense. Yeah, that's the problem. If I do that, I have to be really, really fast. And I don't think I can jump from the 5th platform to the 3rd one. Or maybe I can. Maybe I can, but I have to do it. Pretty specifically if I want to do that. Which might be a problem. Maybe instead of, you know, staying on the 4th platform after Ryu throws the car, I can maybe go to the 3rd one. Nah, but if I do that, I probably won't be able to reach the 1st platform in time. No, I think, yeah, that's a pretty bad idea. And that's the thing, right? On the third phase, you kinda have to like try and see what's the best way to dodge all that shit. And the problem is that you get to try that once, as I say, once every half an hour or once every 10 minutes. And it's just a pain in the ass. And just because of this piece of shit. If it wasn't for that shitty second phase, this wouldn't have been a problem. Fuck that second phase, dude. And obviously the worst part is that it's impossible to make that second phase easier. Like there's no way, there's no character, not even the double damage glitch that can make this shitty attack easier. You can't, because you can't even, damage the boss without his own bullets. So it's impossible to make it easier. That just fucking sucks so much. It feels like PDH all over again in terms of randomness. Like if I get lucky, I beat it, or at least I get to I get far, and if I don't, I just don't get far. Oh, come on. Been reloading every 10 minutes for an hour and I still can watch. Damn. Again, have you tried 160p? Or have you tried talking to your brother and see if you can have any, any bandwidth for you? Although you probably can hear me. So, Riemann, can you tell him to try 160p for me, please? Well, I mean, I could do it, but I feel like, yeah, I will need to get killed by the boss first. I'm back with some tea. How's scoring going? It's going pretty fine. I was just saying that if you could tell my boy AC Boshy to try 160p, because apparently he's having trouble watching the stream, and that means that he probably can't hear what I say. So yeah. And if that doesn't work, because he also say that he suspects that his brother might be using bandwidth. So the other option is, why don't he ask his brother to spare him some megabits to use, right? I mean, honestly, for most things you don't need full speed unless your speed is already pretty low. But you don't really need full speed for like downloads and shit. You can just spare some little megabits to other person without trouble. Unless of course it's just, your ISP being trash, in which case the only thing you can do is call them and complain. Wow. That RNG was trash, and I still was able to pull through. Damn, it barely hit him there. Or I should say, it barely missed him. Nice. No, not there. Fuck. Okay, there we go. Almost fucked up. Okay, I can actually jump there. And I fucked up because I wasn't ready. I was too excited about the fact that I could jump to the third platform that I forgot about that shithead. Fuck, dude. I mean, the thing is, that's progress, right? That's a good thing. It's progress, but I have to wait until I get there again. What a pain in the ass. If it wasn't for that shitty second phase, this wouldn't have been this hard. Damn it. It's pretty tilting, I gotta say. Not dying on the third phase. It's tilting every time you don't die on the third phase. I mean, it's especially tilting dying on the first phase, but dying on the second phase is also... It's like... It makes me hate it even more. Because at least dying on the first phase... I mean, sometimes I should screw up. Some other times, obviously, I should get shitty RNG here on this attack. But it's not as annoying as dying to the second phase. Dying to the second phase is just... Yeah, I can tell you that dying there makes my blood boil. Dying on that second phase is just insane. Insanely tilting. Like, it's just insanely tilting. Holy fuck. Too high, damn it. That was a bad shot. gotta not tilt. Just gonna be harder than you think. Well, you probably understand already how hard it is to not tilt at this, but holy fuck, it's just something else. Nice, nice RNG, nice. Very, very good RNG. Too low. Holy fuck, I'm getting really unlucky here. On the first phase. And the problem is when you get tilted, you start playing worse. So it's kind of like a vicious circle, right? That never ends because you start playing bad, so you get tilted. But getting tilted make you play worse. So you start playing worse and you tilt even more, which obviously makes you play even more bad. Until it comes to a point where you can barely beat the first phase. It's so fucked up. Nice. Perfect RNG right there. Perfect. And the thing is that there really aren't any tips that you can apply to phase 2. It's just RNG, like get lucky, that's it. Get lucky with the shitty energy balls and you'll be fine. And you know something funny about phase 2, and also one of the reasons why it reminds me to PDH, is because PDH has the same shitty problem that it's an insanely hard attack that doesn't look hard at all. And phase 2 in this game doesn't even look hard, and it is hard. So it's kind of one of those things that you will be watching and be like, why is this guy dying so much? I mean, PDH doesn't look hard. When I say look, I especially mean look instead of play. Like, when you look at PDH from an outside perspective, and then you look at a spell card like, for example, Yukari's final spell in Perfect Cherry Blossom, Yukari's spell looks hard, even if it's not hard in the end. It's pretty easy, but it looks hard. It looks intimidating. It looks like you're getting cornered every single time, even though the spell card itself is pretty easy. PDH, on the other hand, doesn't really look hard from an outside perspective. It's just look that there are rings of bullets coming at you and that's it. Like, in fact, the only time where it looks hard, or it looks intimidating at least, is when the phase 4 starts, with you know, those bullets that go vertically and are all across the screen. That's the only time that it looks hard. So I feel like, again, I'm talking about look, I'm not talking about how it really is. Obviously PDH is hard since phase 3, but what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't look hard. And honestly, to me, phase 2 here doesn't really look hard either. And that's what's more frustrating about it, because you look at it and you're like, damn, this guy is dying to some stupid attack that isn't even fast. Yeah, Gengetsu's timeout actually looks hard. That one actually looks hard. It also has kind of like a lot to do with speed and bullet density, right? And I feel like PDH has neither. Which is the reason why an attack like Yukari's last spell looks hard, because basically there is a lot of bullets on screen and it's relatively fast when the bullets start approaching you, right? And the way they spawn and all that shit. It looks hard, it obviously isn't hard, but it looks hard, right? It looks intimidating, right? Like it's an attack that is really strong. PDH, to me at least, doesn't look hard, doesn't look intimidating. It's just hard. Byakuren ulti is scary. I wouldn't be able to know because I never reached that spell card on Lunatic. I only reached it in hard, and to be completely honest, it didn't even look hard in hard. I don't know how it is on Lunatic though. It might be a big difference, but yeah, haven't seen it yet. Well, you also have like, there's a lot of examples for this. A lot of also last spell cards, right? Like Yuyuko's survival spell card at the end also looks hard, even though it's not that bad, it looks hard. Like, Kaguya final spell looks hard. And well, that one is hard Like, it looks hard and it is hard. In Touhou 10, Kanako's final looks hard and is hard. Same thing with, you know, Utsuho's last build. You know, all of those, it doesn't matter if they are hard or not, they definitely look like they are hard. They feel intimidating. Just because of the sheer amount of bullets and speed that you can see on screen. To me, PDH just doesn't look hard. It's not intimidating. It's just rings of bullet coming at you. Obviously, when you start playing it, you realize that it's hard as balls. Obviously, it's probably one of the hardest spellcars in the series. But when you look at it, it just doesn't look intimidating at all. At least to me. And I feel like this is the same thing that happens with phase 2 here. Phase 2 of this boss doesn't look hard because there aren't many things going on screen and the speed of the bullets is pretty slow. But when you actually get to play, you realize it's, well, obviously it's not at the same level of difficulty as PDH, right? But it's still kind of a hard pattern most of the time because it relies on RNG. And it just sucks because it really feels like you're struggling against something easy. At the very least, the phase 1, for the most part, like for example this attack right here. See, this attack looks hard, even though I know it isn't because it's static. So it's fun to dodge because it's kind of like you feel like you're dodging something hard, right? Or at least something cool looking. Phase 2, it's just not. Anyway, that's at least how I see it. I know that there are some people that find PDH to be pretty intimidating, you know, look-wise, but to me it just doesn't look intimidating at all. See, even this part looks harder than this attack. This attack doesn't look hard, but it is. It is because of how random it is. That's what I don't like. Basically, I'm dodging an attack that doesn't even look hard, so I feel like I'm struggling against something easy even though I know it's not. Let's go. Damn, I died because I was paying too much attention to the blood splat. And that's the problem with that attack. If you don't pay attention to the blood splat, you're gonna end up getting killed by the blood splat instead of the floor. So basically that attack is just as hard as it was on the original fight with Shang Tsung, because that one is also incredibly RNG based. So you have no choice but to pay a lot of attention to the blood splat. And obviously if you do that, you really can't pay attention to where you are standing. And given that the level there is just 5 platforms, sometimes it's hard to know even what you're doing. It looked pretty big. Yeah, I agree there, but sadly it's the only way to dodge that. And sometimes even that is not enough. Even looking at the blood splat is not enough. Be cool. Well, at the very least, it should be possible to get at least to Shang Tsung without failing now. Unless obviously I screw up, like that obviously can happen, but in theory, if I like do it without any screw up, I can get to Shang Tsung without problem because I already know the patterns. And basically Ryu's RNG is no longer a problem because I dodged it from the fourth platform, which basically almost eliminates every single projectile that could reach me. And even if a projectile reaches me, it's just one of them, so yeah, I can just jump it to the right. So overall, I think I have this. I have phase 3 almost done. I just need to figure out how to do the hydro pump. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't have too much troubles with Bombman, even though I say that I was gonna have some troubles. I feel like it shouldn't be that bad because the thing with that Robot Master is that in that phase you just need to jump on the platform you're standing on to avoid, you know, getting the area of effect of the bomb. I feel like the best platform to do that is the fourth platform, but I wouldn't know yet. Obviously the problem there, aside from Hydro Pump, which is already a big problem, is what comes after the Robot Master, which is Sonic. Apparently he comes back. I don't know with what attack he comes back, but considering that he's not on the dead screen, it's probably an aimed attack. And if it is an aimed attack, the most probable attack will be the supersonic one, which is gonna be a pain in the ass. Especially to dodge in a way where you can only jump between platforms instead of moving. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. Our current situation. Obviously, for whatever reason, I am able to beat even Sonic there with a reliable method. The only thing left is the last phase with the ship. In which case, from what I've seen, and I hope I'm not wrong, the only part where it seems to be really hard is where with the RNG bullets that spawn all across the screen. That might be a pretty hard attack to dodge. The rest of that phase doesn't really look that hard. Might be wrong though, hope I'm not, but yeah. But yeah, as I said before, the problem here basically is that in order to get there and actually practice phase 3, I have to beat phase 1 and 2. Special emphasis on phase 2. And that's just a pain in the ass. Which is the reason why I can probably try phase 3 once every 10 minutes. And basically progressing like that is really hard. Like humongously hard. But what can I do? Phase 2 is just a piece of shit. Nice. You know, at the very least, something that I have to be thankful in this fight is that I don't have to mash. And even if I haven't reached the final phase, I'm pretty sure I don't need to mash there. Obviously, killing him slow on that last phase is gonna make it probably harder for me. But at the very least, mashing is not necessary like it was with Ryu and Missing No. Those two things completely sucked. Well, when I say Ryu, I obviously mean Dhalsim, not Ryu himself. It just happened that Dhalsim was in Ryu fight, so yeah. Oof. Holy, that was some pretty hot movement. Damn, this RNG sucks. Holy fuck. Look at all these bullets right in the fucking middle. Nice. Don't you love when that happens? Don't you love when the game gives you the middle finger and you can't do anything about it because it's RNG and you have to deal with it? Ain't that beautiful? Okay. That's one of the moments where the physics of the platforms actually saved me. But I died right afterwards, so it's not like it really matters. That was pretty bad RNG and I still been able to pull through. So yeah, get fucked. The good thing I'm thinking right now is that if for whatever reason I decide to stop like trying to beat this boss, there is a lot of games that I want to try out to stream that basically I bought on the Steam sale, the Steam summer sale. What? That didn't touch me. Come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna make the whole hitbox of the bullet, like the whole sprite, at the very least make the sprite clear. Like, don't have this trailing effect. Like, this trailing effect is obviously really misleading, because it's obvious that the whole hitbox is on the whole sprite. So that trailing sprite that you see, you normally will think, oh, that's safe. I can get there without getting fucked, but you can't. Nice. This is gonna be an issue. This is gonna be an issue. The worst part is that when I say that I try phase 3 every 10 minutes, I'm not exaggerating. That's the worst part. Like, it sounds like I'm exaggerating, right? Phase 3 every 10 minutes? That's ridiculous, right? Turns out that I'm not exaggerating, and it's actually that shitty. Damn it. And the problem is that sometimes I'm trying my best to not focus on aiming the bullets to him and instead just dodging them, right? And it's not working. Even when I try to ignore redirecting the bullets to him, I still can dodge it. Damn. You know what's so sad about that? That I dodged that perfectly. But it wasn't enough because I was off the platform, because RNG was trash. It is starting to become a problem. Like, if I was struggling on phase 3, it wouldn't have been a problem. But the fact that I'm struggling here on phase 1 and on phase 2, it just means that for every bit of progress there is like 2 bits of regress. Like, holy shit. Pretty hard to not get tilted. I mean, it's obviously hard to beat him, but it's even harder to not get tilted, I gotta say. I knew that was coming down, but where do you want me to dodge that? To the right where the other ones were coming out? I hate this shit, dude. I hate this phase 2 attack. It really ruins the boss a lot. I feel like it could have been a pretty good boss if the phase 2 wasn't there. Even the RNG on that one attack on phase 1 isn't as bad as phase 2. Like, this is not even as bad as what phase 2 has. Maybe this wouldn't have been that bad if it didn't have so much HP. Like, look at that, I barely even scratched him. We need to go to another repetition. And of course, bullets in the center. Why not? That was pretty decent damage. Damn, it seems that almost every single bullet there missed. Nice. Damn, the bullets just refused to hit. Holy fuck. They just refused. Oh, I didn't double jump in time. Damn it. Seems that I can't progress anymore. That's the real problem. I mean, sure, phase 2 is, you know, a pretty big piece of shit, but the thing is, the real problem here, and the reason why it feels hard to continue, is because I don't see any progress. I seen progress at the start of the stream, and ever since then I just stopped seeing any progress. Any meaningful progress, that is. And when I don't see progress, it feels like I'm just wasting my time. Because I'm retrying this shit over and over, but to no avail. Damn. How did that even miss? So I wonder right there if... I'm pretty sure it is like that, but I wonder if if reaching the top of the screen kills me there. It probably does. It most likely does. Because otherwise it will barely be a hard pattern, right? Damn, the previous bullet stay on the screen. Holy fuck. Okay. So basically, we are at the same spot where hydro pump is the problem. And that's why I say that there is no progress. Yesterday the problem was also hydro pump. The only difference now is that I can pretty much beat Ryu's attack without relying too much on RNG, that's it. But that hydro pump attack, I still have no idea how to do it without getting fucked. So if anyone has any suggestion for that hydro pump, it will be appreciated. So I really don't know. I mean, hydro pump was already hard as a standalone attack. It doesn't help that there is now spiders in it. And yes, spiders in plural because there's 2 of them, which is the most crazy stuff, right? Nice. Yeah, that's the part of Ryu's attack, the RNG part of Ryu's attack that you cannot dodge no matter where you are. Like that's well, is it really RNG now that I think about it? Those Hadokens? Because maybe they are static and I'm not figuring it out. But I feel like they are RNG. Maybe they are actually static. And if they are static, it's just a matter of, well, remembering. Okay, that was a surprisingly good pattern. Like basically, not only I dodged it all, but I did a lot of damage. Nice. Damn, that's 3 times in a row that I beat the second phase. But that's the thing with RNG, I can tell if I got lucky Or what? I should also be pretty careful in that attack to avoid double jumping. Because if I double jump, it basically kinda like takes you down. Although it might be a good idea to try to double jump at the beginning just so the spider spawns at the very bottom and I can go up to dodge her. Right? Oh, nice RNG, bitch. That was pretty bad RNG, by the way. I'm still alive, but that was shit RNG. I guess if I can sacrifice a little bit of damage, I can do some stuff to dodge the tricky stuff. Or maybe I'm just getting lucky, I don't know. I really don't know when it comes to RNG, if I'm getting lucky or not. Yeah. I mean, I think I got pretty lucky on the previous two to actually dodge the full blood splat shit. And I think that with that robot right there, the best idea is to dodge from the fourth platform. Seems to be the smartest choice. Nice. The only bullet, or one of the only bullets that actually spawns, is the one That is right at the top where I jump and actually kills me. Nice. I double jump too late, damn it. I guess a good objective for today will be reaching the final phase, like phase 4. That will probably be a pretty good objective for today. And when I say today, I don't necessarily mean this stream, because if my internet behaves, I can probably stream later today, but I feel like a good objective for today is trying to get to phase 4. If I can do that, I will clearly see that there is some progress in here. Otherwise, I basically just have the same problems that I had yesterday, which is trying to beat Hydro Pump. Wow. Nice. Shouldn't have double jumped that one, damn it. Was a pretty unnecessary double jump. Nice. I think that's one more bullet, right? Maybe two? No, I think that should be only one. Yeah, it was only one. That was pretty close.
Let's go!
No, it's not enough to choose double sham, like, sorry, not double sham, but like leave the hydro pump at the middle. You kinda have to like... I'm trying to think what's the best course of action there. Because if I make it spawn on the center, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to dodge. But the thing is that if I try to make it on the bottom, I don't know if the next hydro pump is gonna launch me like that fast. Well, maybe the thing is that I should go to the right side when hydro pump starts. Although it's kinda hard because it kinda like immediately starts after Shang Tsung's blood splat. Again, if anyone has any ideas on that hydro pump attack, please let me know. Nice, okay.
Let's go!
That's also the other problem with hydro pump. If you stay for too long, you die. So it doesn't seem like that's a good idea. It feels like I have to bait it from the bottom. But if I bait it from the bottom, am I gonna make it in time? That's my question right there. Damn, that really hit me. I also wonder why this boss likes green bullets so much. Like, it's kind of like the only color that he shoots bullets of. Well, there's also that red laser, but yeah, all of the other bullets are just green. Seems like he really likes the green color. Nice.
Let's go.
Okay, I think I get it. Problem is that I have to execute it properly. So basically, jump as soon as the first hydro pump comes and then stay still on the second one. Obviously, when I say stay still, I don't mean literally don't move. Just stay so you can get propelled to the air and dodge the spider. And after that, I don't know if the other spider will immediately come afterwards, in which case it will mean that she will probably come on the upper side. I don't know how I will dodge that, but I feel like for now I should focus on dodging the first one, and I think that that's a viable strategy. Damn it. At the very least, and I don't want to shints it, right, but it seems that I'm getting more consistent in the second phase. A little bit more consistent. But I still wanna get to the fourth phase. At least once. I thought that it was gonna be enough to dodge shit to the right, but nope. Not enough. Oh, I shammed there. That wasn't even a... It's like it did my input right there. Or maybe I should press it too early before I even landed on the platform. Nice. Nice, that almost kills me, so I'm glad that it actually ended there. Hey, AC Boshy. Did the bandwidth got solved? Timid touched Spider right there. For fuck's sake. That's Spider right there. Hashima's puking. What? It's the Tatsumaki Senpukek. I connected on my phone's mobile data. But didn't you try like 160p to see if you could see it there? Or was that, even that was still unwatchable? Even that? And haven't you tried asking your brother if it was your brother the one using bandwidth to like give you a little bit of bandwidth, because most of the time you don't really need to use the full bandwidth to even, you know, watch something. Oh, it's not your brother? Okay. So basically it was ISP being shit. That you trying to like call them to complain? Yeah, pretty much. That FUISP, it should be a command on its own. Because it's gonna be pretty frequent. I think it's more related to my Wi-Fi router. Oh, maybe you could buy like a Wi-Fi extensor, so the Wi-Fi signal reaches even further. Yeah, FU Wi-Fi router. That's also a good one. This has been... Well, I gotta say that you didn't miss much, honestly. Like, what you just saw, like, on my previous run, where I reached the spider, that's as far as I got. So, you really didn't miss much. I already have an extender, though. Oh. Well, in that case, I really wouldn't know exactly what to tell you. I'm not really an expert when it comes to networks either, so... yeah, no luck there. Alright. Oh, my motherboard moves so I can't... Fuck. So I can use an Ethernet cable. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, well, basically, when I moved my computer to my, you know, to my own room, I mean, basically what you're seeing right here, well, probably you're not seeing too much of it because it's pretty dark, but basically this is my room, right? But before being here, my computer was in my, how do you call it, dinner room? The place where you eat, I think, it's called like that. And basically, what I did is moving the whole router here too, so, yeah. I guess I'm pretty lucky that the people who live here, aside from me, I mean, are kinda old, so they really don't use internet, so they don't give a shit if I move the router here or not. But yeah, I can see that living with someone that uses a lot of internet, you can just move the router wherever you want. What I meant is more than on my computer I can only use the Wi-Fi to have internet, so I lose a lot of bandwidth. Yeah, pretty much. Which is the reason why it is definitely a problem to have, you know, a lot of people in your home that use internet, because basically it means that you really can move your router wherever you move your PC, so that's a problem. Because usually Wi-Fi is a shit technology that barely works. So yeah, it's always, you know, recommended to be able to use Ethernet, but yeah, sometimes you just can't and you have to rely on Wi-Fi. But yeah, Wi-Fi is trash. Wi-Fi is trash. It has always been trash, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be trash for a pretty long time. Also, let me turn on my lights just a couple seconds. There we go. So now you can actually see my room. You know, in cases like this, it will be pretty useful to be able to clap and the lights to turn on. That's something that I always wonder how it was. So a new technology using the visible bandwidth. It will work better in the future. Yeah, but if it works better in the future, it's not gonna be Wi-Fi. It's gonna be another technology. Wi-Fi, as it is, the way it works, it's just trash. It's unspeakable garbage. Obviously, I mean, it is useful in the sense that it allows, you know, portable devices to be able to connect to the internet. It obviously is useful, but it's just so unreliable that it's embarrassing sometimes how unreliable Wi-Fi is. Basically, Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity, right? Yeah, fidelity my ass. Well, at least they got the wireless part right. Kinda. But the fidelity part, definitely not. Are you serious? That wasn't enough. Dang it. Damn it. Okay. I really need tips for that hydro pump attack with the spider. Because if I don't see any way of doing it, I mean, even if I do have kind of a plan, I'm just gonna get stuck there forever. So, yeah. Really don't know how to do that hydro pump shit. Are you serious? The teleport attack will be better if it aimed. The teleport attack. Oh, if it aimed? Honestly, yeah, it will be better if it aimed. Because if it aimed, even if it was right next to you, it will probably be easier to dodge. I'm probably gonna regret what I said there, but it might be easier if it's aimed. Because sometimes I just don't know where the bullets exactly spawn, so I just get killed by not knowing where they are. But if they are aimed, I will be able to predict it. So maybe it wouldn't be that bad if that was the case. But honestly, the real problem here, the real problem of this fight, and I already say this a lot, is this shitty attack. No, not this laser, this. This is the problem of this fight. This is the whole problem of this fight. Oh, I double shammed, you piece of shit. I swear I double shammed there. Fuck. Sure, but you get killed by the hitbots of Soul Green. Yeah, that's also still a problem, but I feel like, you know, there are some times where you don't get killed by Soul Green's hitbots, but you get killed by the fact that he shoots the bullets pretty close to you. That's the problem, right? Did that really hit me? But yeah, even if that attack sometimes can be a pain in the ass, the real deal is that phase 2 attack. The phase 2 attack is just trash. It's just trash, no other way to put it. It's trash. Yeah, I know that for that attack, like, yeah, you have to not be lined up with the bullets and timing, but sometimes RNG in that attack sometimes is too cruel, to the point where a lot of the bullets that are gonna spawn, they basically spawn in the way that you're trying to dodge. So even if you can see that they are gonna shoot you because they get more brilliant, right? Like they get less transparent, it is still really hard to do. Because, like, yeah, you know that they are gonna come at you, but what are you supposed to do? Like, you already tried to dodge, and it didn't, you know, it worked for the first one, but it's not gonna work for the second one, but it's already too late. That's the real problem of that attack. Basically, you need to move between platforms. That's how you need to plan and go the furthest you can from the bullets. Yeah, it's just a matter of RNG. I mean, sometimes that attack gets extremely easy. Because, again, it's all random, so sometimes you are lucky enough that every single bullet spawns at the left side of the screen, and when that happens you don't have to worry about bullets shooting right next to you, right? And some other times you're so unlucky that you basically cannot even, you know, move without a bullet spawning right next to you. So that's the same thing with every RNG attack that is not easy. Which is, as I said before, the reason why that attack reminds me so much of PDH. Even though obviously it's not as hard, but it's the same RNG bullshit. That if you are lucky you get far, and if you're not lucky, you don't get far. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting lucky, I guess. And you know what's even worse is that you have to redirect the bullets to make them hit the boss. So it's not like you can just dodge them and be done with it. You have to dodge them and make them hit him, because otherwise you will be dodging forever. You don't want to do that. And at the same time, it's really hard to make them go where you want to. So most of the time you don't really want to like bother about that. But if you don't, this shit's stupid. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much. You pretty much now understand my pain about this phase. And this is really like one of the few things bad about this boss. Like, if this phase wasn't here, if phase 2 didn't exist in this boss fight, the boss would probably be even fun. But this phase is just so... it lasts forever, it's not easy to dodge, and it basically gets in the way every time you want to practice phase 3. Because obviously phase 3 is not easy, so you wanna be able to practice it, but that shitty phase gets in the way.
Let's go.
I don't even know how to do that hydro pump shit. Really don't know how to dodge hydro pump at this point. I mean, my plan is clear, but I can't execute it. Like, my plan is basically baiting the spider in the bottom and go up, but it's not working. I don't seem to be able to do it. Fuck, dude. I really need a strat on that attack, on that hydro pump attack. You seem pretty close there. Yeah, problem is that you have to pay attention to 3 things there. Basically, you have to pay attention to the spiders, you have to pay attention to the hydro pumps, and you have to pay attention to the platforms. If you stop paying attention about any of those 3 things, you die. With a better double jump, you will have gotten there. Yeah, but let's not forget, there are 2 spiders, it's not just one. So after the first one comes, there is another one right afterwards. So even if I dodge the first one, I still need a strat to dodge the second one. It doesn't appear on a screen because it's aimed, and since it's aimed, it's kinda like it doesn't spawn in the game over screen. But there are 2. Yeah, damn, exactly. And that is not even the hardest part of that phase. Apparently Sonic comes back at the end. As if it wasn't enough. I'm just losing my patience. That's the problem. Like, the fact that I need to wait so long to actually practice the third phase is what's basically destroying my patience. It's not the fact that I have to do this over and over. It's the fact that I can't even practice what I want to practice because I get stuck in phase 2. That's the problem. Like, if it was retrying the same shit, but I could get to the point where I died every time, that wouldn't be a problem. But phase 2 just gets in the way every single time. I mean, obviously sometimes phase 1 gets in the way like there, but it's way more possible for phase 2 to get in the way. Basically what I'm trying to say is that phase 2 was a mistake. Phase 2 was a pretty big mistake. Okay. Also, something that I don't know about the spider, if is there is two spiders or is the same spider that comes from the nets from like the opposite side. That will suck if that was the case. I don't think that's gonna be the case though. That will be too hard. There is two from same side. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if it was from the opposite sides, it will be insanely hard to dodge. So I guess like one of the best strats will be waiting for the hydro pumps on the right side of the screen, since basically it's like you have a lot more time to react to the spiders, but I don't know, dude, it just feels really hard. Thankfully, the bombman attack doesn't look hard, and I don't know how the Sonic attack even looks like, but it's probably the same as this one right here. It's probably gonna be the exact same shit. The difference is that now you have only 5 platforms to work with instead of being able to run. And then obviously after Sonic comes the actual final phase, which is against the boss with a ship. And that one, even if it does look hard, it doesn't look as ridiculous as you know, phase 2 at least. All I know is that this is a pain in the ass. That's something that I'm sure of. That's something that I'm absolutely 100% sure of. See, now, as I said before, now it starts making sense, right? The reason why Forsen quit this fight. Now it starts making sense. And honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, I don't blame anyone. If they just wanted to stop wasting their time with this. Honestly, I just want to keep trying. I don't want to quit. I really don't want to quit. But I don't want this to take forever either. Because this is pretty much gonna be like PDH 2.0, right? You know how in PDH basically I was like, I don't know, 15 streams just trying to beat PDH, and at some point I was like, okay, nobody gives a shit about this anymore, so let me just stop doing it. And I don't want that like the same happen to this. And it's probably gonna happen. That's the worst part. That it is probably gonna happen. Cause I can understand, right? Like it's not fun to see the same shit over and over. So it really is a pretty similar scenario to PDH. And besides like how I could feel about this, right? Because I really don't have much trouble on retrying, but I also don't want anyone to get tired of this. I mean, I probably, you know, Well, it really depends on how much it will take, which is something that I cannot know. But yeah, at some point I don't think anyone is gonna give a shit about this anymore. It's just what happens when you have something that is really hard, you know. But yeah, at least if it makes you feel better, I do not want to give up, right? So at the very least there's that. There is my will to keep going. But at the same time, I understand how much of a pain in the ass this is to watch. Oh, come on, dude. Nice.
Lucky, 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 lucky. Let's go.
Nice. The very last droplet is the one that fucking killed me. The very last one. Not any other one, no. The very last one, the one at the end. Oh, fuck, dude. The very last one. Like, it was literally, the whole screen was empty. And there was only one droplet left. That's the one that killed me. Holy fuck. Wow. And the problem is that the longer the droplet takes to fall, the fastest it falls. So it gets really hard to react. Okay, let's do this. I gonna get to the third phase once more. And when I get to the third phase, regardless of what happens afterwards, I'm gonna end the stream. And if the internet connection allows me to, I'm definitely gonna stream later today. And yes, as you guess, I'm gonna stream more of this fight. In case there was any doubt, yeah, I'm gonna keep trying later today. But I wanna get to the third phase once more. Damn, that damage was trash. Look at how bright that shield still is. Nice, right there. Right there. Good RNG. I really like that RNG. That's the kind of RNG I like seeing. Ah, fucker. Okay. So this is gonna be the last try no matter what happens here. Wow, that got pretty close. Holy fuck.
Lucky, let go.
Oh, there's also another problem in that part that I forgot. That missing no is there, so you can go to the right. I'm back. Hey Boshy, who is it going? I was just about to end the stream though, but hey, maybe now that you're back I can do one more. Hey, one more. I swear, only one more. When I say one more, I mean one more until the third phase. One more until the third phase. Let's do that. Yeah, let's go. It's still gonna be a little pain in the ass. Just a little bit of a pain in the ass. On the wiki, the spider is just called ear rape spider. It's a pretty fitting name. Really fitting, I gotta say. Oh damn it. That phase 2 is gonna make me lose my mind. It's what's gonna happen. I know that that's what's gonna happen. Oh, I almost dodged that. I almost dodged that. I'm just saying bullets are easy to dodge in Toko. When you're bound to the ground, it's 10 times harder. Yeah, it definitely is. Wow. Are you serious, dude? Like, how can you fuck me over so bad with the RNG there? If Sovereign was a real whip, this game would have been hell. Well, yeah, it could have been way worse, I guess you could say. Oof, that got pretty close. Even at the time the game was made, there were already insane Japanese games and memes, so we are lucky in this aspect. Yeah, I guess we can say that we are lucky, in a way. Pretty bad idea, damn it. Someone made a static patch for this game but only took the worst RNG possible. Will it have been better this way? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Fuck. The worst part now is that I really feel like getting used to the spider attack is gonna take a shit ton of time. Maybe you should try with save states or something. There's no way I will use anything like that. That kinda defeats the purpose of the whole game. Might as well stop playing the game if I was gonna do something like that. A lot of people use spoiler ale to train parents into Hardon-mode. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's something that I would like to do. I don't like doing shit like that. That's not the way the game was intended, basically. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like playing an old game in an emulator and using save states. There's no point in that. I mean, I guess if you wanna look at the whole game, to look at all the levels and, you know, appreciate the art and all that shit, then I guess. But I wouldn't be able to use save states and be like, oh, I beat the game. Nah, that wouldn't feel right. Damn it. No, the same if the point is just to train and later on beat it without save states. I don't know. I mean, I still think it's kinda, you know. It's something that I wouldn't want to use. Maybe in Boshy it's bad, but in Toho I feel it's not. I don't know. In Toho, the thing about Toho is that, well, I don't really feel like I need it because I don't really want to go for like no miss runs or anything like that, which will be probably the things that will mostly take advantage of that, or like really hard no bomb runs. I think like in Toho I reach my limit, and I definitely don't want to surpass it. Okay, last try. This is gonna be last try for this stream. Okay, that works. Wait, what? What the fuck killed me there? Can someone tell me, you ran into the mob? You mean into the robot master? Ah, piece of shit. Okay, so I guess that attack is better to dodge on the left side instead of... I'm gonna... Okay. 160p can see it, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, it seems like it's an attack that, you know... It should be better to dodge from the left side, I feel. I shouldn't dodge it from the right side. In any case, that's gonna be it for this stream. But for this stream, not for today. Like, basically, in about 2 hours and a half... Yeah, 2 hours and a half, I might stream again. Obviously with more of this shit. At least you survived the spider. Yeah, but the problem is that I survived by pure luck. I wasn't really even thinking what I was doing. I got really lucky there. What I need to do is have a specific pattern that I can use. And since it's a named pattern, I definitely can have a consistent pattern to use. But I still haven't figured it out yet. In any case, that's gonna be something that I'm probably gonna figure out on the next stream. Hopefully, at least. So yeah. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. And I'll be seeing you in 2.5 hours. Or if you're looking on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, on the next part. So take care, everyone.